Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like you know how to check your favorite band's website so you can buy tickets when they come into town. Rock on.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. This content is intended for audiences in the U.S. only. Savings vary, terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is a headgum.
Video.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Cheers.
Hello, it is your dear friend Tig Notaro.
And your friend, Fortune Feimster.
God, it's just getting worse and worse. You'd think it would be getting better over time.
We're being polite.
Yeah, we're all too polite. I'm May Martin as well.
And we're handsome. Welcome to
We
the show.
Yes, we are very handsome.
One
and
of
we
us
have a show.
is particularly handsome today. If you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah. That's the only way to find out.
Someone let their hair grow over the holiday break.
Yes. And who is it? We don't know.
We don't know.
You'll never know unless you watch this.
We know. We know.
Tig, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm in I'm in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it is snowing up a storm here.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have appropriate footwear?
Good question.
Let's see. Probably not.
Uh-oh. Because we know you're accident prone.
Well, I was going to say, I already beat me to it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I took a massive spill a couple of days ago on set.
No.
I was going up to my trailer and my slipper slipped through the step.
Uh-huh.
So my left leg went through the stairs and then I fell back the other way towards the other trailer that's across from mine.
Yeah.
And so I have swelling and black and blue knees. And I figured, I'm almost wrapping up my time in Toronto. I might as well see if I can, probably see if I can get a little injury in there.
Oh, man. Slippers are dangerous. Jackson's mom slipped down our stairs in slippers and broke her foot.
And were they part of your wardrobe, Tig, or were they your personal slippers?
No, they're just, the slippers you slip on when you're not in your space boots.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
They don't call them slippers for nothing. Am I right?
Right.
Hey.
That is definitely right. And I thought I was going to be worse off than I was because, I've had back surgery. And so when I, flew back the other way, I was like, oh no, here it comes.
Are you limping or anything?
I was limping. It's one of those things where it hurt so bad when it happened that I couldn't put pressure on my right leg when I was trying to get back up into my trailer. And then after I kind of walked it off in my trailer and relaxed a bit, I was doing a lot better. But then I had the full on, I was in a car accident the day before when I woke up the following day where my thumb hurt, where I must have tried to catch my fall. My shoulder hurt, my back. So anyway, but I'm fine. It's
good.
It definitely felt like something that was about to be really terrible when it was happening. Oh, everything's better now.
Yeah, there's Biggie.
I felt like you needed to see Biggie.
Yeah.
I always need to see that little...
His eyes aren't dead. Remember when you said he had dead eyes? Look how alive those eyes are.
I don't remember you saying that, Tig, but it sounds like something.
The eyes are alive with the sound
I was going to say
Biggie.
Our son Linus, but it's our cat who I call Little Son. Oh my gosh, that is torturous.
Look how gorgeous he is.
I think he is a gorgeous dog. I think he's maybe the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I feel like there's not a lot going on behind those.
What? Don't even finish that sentence.
Okay.
There's
but
so
they
much
remind me of my son Linus's eyes. You know, I mean,
right.
Just makes them all the cuter.
Yeah.
If there's not much going on back there, it's like, oh, how dare you with that face?
I don't like a cat that looks like it's plotting something, plotting to kill you.
I feel like a lot of cats are plotting something.
Not Linus.
No.
Not Linus. He has no plan for anything except snacks and some little rubbies on his head.
Oh,
yeah.
Fortune, what are you up to?
I've been busy. My special came out, a bit ago.
Yes. Congrats again and always and forever.
Thank you. If you haven't watched it, crushing it on Netflix. It was super cool. It was in the top 10 on Netflix for a while.
Nice.
That's crazy.
So that made me really proud. And yeah, so my whole December up until the holidays was like constant press and promotion.
Yeah.
So
do you find yourself saying the same sentences over and over? Like you get self-conscious because people are asking you the same questions and you're like, I gotta mix up what I'm saying. And
yeah, because it's just, you're just like, I don't know. I worked really hard on it. Just watch it.
Yeah.
I know I've had people call me out on saying the same thing in press.
Really?
And I'm like, this isn't my fault. I'm being asked the same questions, and that is the answer to the question.
Right.
That's so funny. I did hear a lot from our handsome listeners because I had 2 little handsome Easter eggs in the special.
Yeah, you did.
Right off the top, keeping it handsome, and then Pretty Little Lady.
Are you guys invested in the Wicked press tour?
I'm very invested. I
I've
watched
been really
the movie.
enjoying
Did you go see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. But I've loved,
really
the thing that's gone viral is I think it's Ariana Grande holding the finger and saying, "I'm holding space for Alphaba" or something like that. And they're really tearful. It just seems it's been a very emotional press tour.
Yeah.
And the level of earnestness surrounding the story of these witches.
I know the interviewer Tracy who interviewed them and said, and it went viral a couple weeks ago, like where Tracy was very earnest, like you said, interviewing them, saying, people are really holding space for this movie.
And they were like,
and then they kind of looked at each other, Ariana and Cynthia, and like started holding hands, and then Ariana started like tapping Cynthia's fingers, and then Cynthia looked emotional, and then they were like, "Oh my God, that's so amazing! I didn't know that. That's so." And then Tracy's like, "I'm in the queer media," and then they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's so amazing." Well, it came out afterwards. They did an interview on that interview and basically said, Ariana's like, "I didn't know what that meant." And then Cynthia was like, "I didn't know what it meant." And then
what?
They're like, "We just thought like it felt big and serious, so we needed to treat it that way."
Wait, no way.
And then Cynthia, who is queer,
it felt big and serious.
Cynthia was like, "I didn't even know like what queer media was. Am I in queer media? Cool." Just,
oh my God, that's so funny.
It was so funny just seeing them reflect on making something so big that no one really understood.
Yes. Wait, okay.
That's so funny.
Tell me something really like banal, but as if it's big and serious. And then I'll react like it's big and serious.
May, your hair, now that it's brown, has made all of us hold that in our hearts in a way that we didn't know it would, and has meant something to us that I can't really put into words, right, Tig?
And I just want to thank you so much for the bravery that it took to say that. And I want to hold that in my heart. And I really want to
absolutely.
And you, Tig, as well.
Yeah.
Let's not exclude Tig. We want it to be inclusive of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't as funny as I thought I would be, but Fortune really rose to the occasion.
Oh, was this a bit?
Yeah, this was a bit, but
because I thought we were like
having a moment.
I was like, I'm
holding
on board.
Space for your hair.
I have a question
Sure.
Is it Ariana or Ariana?
I thought it's Ariana.
I thought it was Ariana.
It's Pontes.
Thomas, can you look up her name? Because Stephanie said Ariana the other day, and I was like, oh, it's Ariana.
Sure it's
and then May
Ariana.
just said Ariana.
I'm pretty sure it's Ariana.
Did I say Ariana?
Yeah.
I don't. That the interviewer Tracy, who's really awesome and does a really phenomenal job with interviews. You guys have probably been interviewed by her at some point. She's really embraced it too, and has even done like some sponsored ads with it. I'm like, you go. That is unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
I just love that everyone's having fun with it.
There's
That's
T-shirts like holding space, and it's a picture of two fingers holding a finger. It's
I love
I like it when
Is
we
that
realize.
true?
Yeah, I like it when we
Wow.
realize we all like have the same sense of humor as a species. You know.
Well, Ariana was even like, I don't even know why I started tapping your fingers. Just you looked like you were about to cry. So I just she goes, it felt big, so I just wanted to be there. But that movie was phenomenal. I went with my mom over right before the holidays, and I loved the stage version as well. And it's been a while since I'd seen it, but I just thought they just nailed the movie. It was long, but I was invested the whole time. And literally during Defying Gravity, my jaw, I didn't realize was like open for like the whole scene. Yeah.
Was Jax not with you?
Jax hates musicals.
Of course.
So she said, go with God, please. Go with your mother and enjoy.
Stephanie took Max and Finn. And,
did they lose their minds?
Stephanie lost her mind. Max was very into it. Finn was, I guess, slow to come around to it, but he liked it. Yeah, that's good.
That's great.
But yeah, Stephanie said she wants to go see it again and wants me to go with her. So
I did an improv show with Stephanie the other night, and one of the suggestions for the scene was like a Mae Martin biopic or something. So Stephanie comes in as an actor playing me in a biopic and just sort of eviscerates me with her impersonation of me. It was so funny.
What did Stephanie do?
She started doing this crab walk, like this really jittery little like crab sideways walk. And it was like having to look at myself. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, I'm a crab. I'm a crab. She's like, hell, go. It was very funny.
I think she said that show was really fun.
That was super fun. Yeah.
Are you glad to be back and doing the Largo shows again?
Oh man, so glad. Yeah. Largo's the best. Those shows are the best. But all the questions in the question bucket are like, because maybe people listen to this podcast and they like follow all. So there's a lot of questions about the pod being like, and then there's a lot of like, are you okay? Like, how are you? What's going on?
Are you okay?
I'm all right. You know, I'm lifting weights and crying, you know, the usual. I'm doing a lot of paintings of animals. I'm painting a lot of animals of all kinds. And I found that very healing. But otherwise, no, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm watching
all right.
Tom Cruise movies. I told Tig about this on a mini episode. I'm watching a lot of like Cocktail, Days of Thunder, that type of thing.
Oh, yeah. The classics.
And yesterday I went to Pomona with my friend Joe, and I did 2
escape room.
Yep, you got it. You could
Wait,
solve
what?
I knew it.
Oh, escape room. Sure.
2 horror escape rooms, and one of them had a mad scientist in it, which I feel like they used to be around a lot, and they're not around as much. But he had no.
You mean
vision.
like they're more kind of pulled together now?
Now they're just billionaires.
Yeah,
that's true. Now they're no. There was this, and he was a blind murdering scientist, and he would come in the room, and you had to freeze and stay really still, and he'd like feel around for you, and if he got you, he was going to stab you with a syringe. It was so
an actual person.
Yes, it was so scary.
What's happening in Pomona?
A lot is happening.
I love that you drive to go to these escape rooms.
I took
far.
Uber
May doesn't drive. May takes a black SUV Uber.
It has been over. Our podcast is now a minute in. We're what, a year and change.
Well, we made it past April. Yeah,
we did make it past April. You said at the beginning of this pod you were learning to drive. What's happening?
Oh yeah.
Well, not to make excuses, but
Let's hear it.
in order to start my
Yeah,
lessons,
let's see what you got.
my internet went down, so I couldn't.
Yeah, but it's past 10 a.m.
10:30,
in order
it
to
comes
like
back on.
take the lessons again, I need my learner's permit, which I have, and I wrote the test and everything, but I've lost it. So I have reordered one from the DMV, and it takes weeks to arrive, and I'm waiting on it. And then you better believe I'm going to be zooming around.
I really want you to, the 25 to be the year of you driving and driving well.
Yes. Well,
That's
a
what I
psychic
want.
told me that 2025 was going to be a year of big growth and exploration for me, and that 2026 was going to be nesting and being happy.
There you go. Guess how you explore with a car.
Orgy?
You drive.
Oh,
God dang it.
How do you explore with a? Oh yeah, with a car.
Yeah. Driving, exploring.
You drive to uncharted.
I mean, orgies too, I guess.
Car orgies.
I could drive to an orgy.
You have to drive to an orgy?
Yeah.
The start of a new year is the perfect time to get organized, set goals, and prioritize what matters most. For me, a top priority is my financial wellness, which feels more important than ever. Thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable.
I got set up with Rocket Money, and it's been a game changer. I'm not great with money, and these days you have subscriptions for everything from entertainment to food to travel. And I was signed up for a certain rideshare services monthly plan. I wasn't even using it. Rocket Money handled it for me and saved me money.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and research your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/handsome today. That's rocketmoney.com/handsome. rocketmoney.com/handsome. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like, you know how to check to make sure that restaurant's hot sauce is not too hot before you cover it all over in your food.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. This content is intended for audiences in the U.S. only. Savings vary, terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Wait, do people ever take buses to orgies?
I bet someone has.
Like
you could have the whole bus unload.
Unload?
You couldn't go to a key party though.
No, that's
Unless
true.
It's just
Well,
your
you
house
could use your
keys.
house key, yeah.
True,
Right.
Yeah.
But you
You
could
never
definitely-
invited me to an orgy.
I'll invite you.
Yeah.
I can watch? I don't want to participate.
Yeah, you could sit on the
Jack-
Wait,
sidelines.
Fortune,
Jax
you
would like to
do
come
not.
too then.
You don't want to participate in an orgy?
No, Tig.
You and
Come
Jax can
on,
definitely
this
come and
is-
watch.
This is a lights off buddy.
You always say that, but I'm not
Okay.
buying
I'm
it.
telling you.
Let's say we turn the lights out. Then would you get like?
No, I can't.
You're a little interested.
But Jax definitely would want to come, I think.
And would she want to be a part of it, or she wants to just watch?
I don't know.
Do you
Hopefully
think-
just watch?
Do you think this podcast would survive if you and Jax and you and Stephanie came and sat in sofas and watched me have an orgy? Like, would we recover?
We would have a lot to talk about on the podcast, and honestly, worth it.
Yeah, we would have a wealth of material. It'd be like, now, what was going on when that happened?
I
Yeah.
have terrible eyesight, so
Yeah, Tig would get
I would
nothing
be like,
out of it.
"What was that? Was that an elbow? What just went up in the air?"
Tig, would you come watch?
Would I watch what? May have an orgy?
Yeah.
Wait, I want to clarify. I don't actually want either of you to come watch.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
now you're no fun.
Yeah, right.
I thought 2025 was going to be fun.
Wait, I feel like we're
Ugh.
playing chicken, because if you're like, no, I actually want to, then I'll probably be like, yeah, okay. But then,
Okay.
then I feel like
I'd
you're
like to go, but I can't promise I'm not going to heckle the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's true. Tig would be heckling.
Oh,
What would
man.
you be doing?
I think I'd be sweating on a couch. So nervous. Like I'm seeing something I shouldn't be seeing.
Maybe we'll put you guys behind like a two-way mirror.
Okay.
Yeah, and y'all don't know we're there. This feels like a big setup for an orgy that
this
should
feels
happen,
like
unfold
also
naturally.
Oh, I got a great idea.
What?
May's having an orgy. Fortune and I are in the horse costume. we clomp in.
And no one notices us.
And Thomas is riding the horse.
Oh my God. It sounds
Nothing
like
to see here.
we've got everything organized except I just need to find people to have an orgy with now.
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you think, Tig?
Yeah, I think you're gonna get a good roundup.
I don't know.
Do you feel like that this is in your future?
People are coupled up, you know. People
That doesn't seem to stop anyone in LA.
Yeah, there's couples that spin loose for that kind of thing.
Yeah, everyone's just spinning loose around here.
Okay, well, I'll surprise you when you show up. It'll be a surprise roster.
Okay.
May lives in a whole different world than us.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. This is a fictional.
It's a fictional world.
This
But
is
it could
hypothetical.
happen.
Really, I'm doing paintings of animals, and
Will you let us know if it does? I'm not saying to invite us. We probably won't be invited.
I'm saying to invite us.
But will you at least let us know if it happens?
I feel like I'm gonna invite you, and then I'm gonna you're gonna say to other people, "Oh my God, I was just joking," and then I got an earnest invite to an orgy from May.
It was on evite.com.
Yeah,
We got an evite to an orgy.
And it's like, please respond. Please let us know. We need to know how much snacks to buy
For an orgy.
Gosh, 2025 is already off to a great start.
Great start.
I'm excited for you, May.
Thank you. Well, I've got an album tour coming up. I'm doing like
You have an album tour and an orgy coming up?
Whoa,
Well,
this is a lot.
Would you take the orgy on the road?
You mean like as a show?
Wait a minute. Who is your dream orgy group?
Oh,
Good.
That's a great question. But
I knew it
but you
was
guys
as soon
both
as
have
my
to
pea
answer.
brain dug it up.
You both have to also answer, and you can't.
The two
do this.
people that are not even remotely interested in an orgy have to. Okay.
You have to answer, and you can't go. Well, I
it
don't
might
know.
take me a while to answer this. Jen Aniston, Sandy Bullock, Charlize Theron.
And takes like Carrie Russell.
I used to call her Charlize Theron, but it's Theron.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it.
them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard her say her own name. I was like, oh, those three probably don't want me in it. But again, I can sit on a couch and watch.
They're like, oh, Fortune, hi. What are you doing here? We were just having a friendly orgy.
I'm eating a charcuterie and just enjoying my time.
Well, you know, you can't say charcuterie
without cooter.
Dream orgy. Okay,
Dream
I'm
orgy,
going
yeah.
a young Robert Plant.
Okay.
Yeah. In his tight pants. Penelope Cruz.
Young
Javier Bardem.
That España pasión.
Yeah.
Pig's faces.
Is what?
Killing me.
Is you what?
Scary Spice in the 90s, mid 90s Scary Spice.
Melanie.
You don't want current Scary Spice?
Or Mel.
Or current. All three witches from Hocus Pocus.
Wow.
No.
Is there a cutoff with how many can get in?
Yeah, this seems like a lot.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave out
remember
the
when
witches.
I was saying you have to have a big house? And you're like, no, you just need, a king-size bed. But that's a lot.
That is a lot of people.
You'd be surprised. That's sort of part of
this
it,
better
I think.
be a big, living room. I don't know where it happens.
Okay, Hocus Pocus is there.
I'm leaving them off. So I'm gonna stick with for now in this particular moment. Young Robert Plant, Javier Bardem, Penelope Cruz.
Yeah.
Scary Spice.
But how do we get someone back in time?
Like Abe Lincoln?
Yeah. How do we get Abe?
Oh, I did just see Oh Mary on Broadway. So funny.
Was it amazing? Yeah.
It's about a made up version of Abe Lincoln and Mary Lincoln Todd. It's so good. Cole is like unbelievable. Anyway,
Is her name Mary Lincoln Todd?
wasn't that
It's not
that
Mary
right?
Todd Lincoln.
Probably.
Todd Lincoln Mary.
I
Whatever.
got orgies on the brain. Tig, I can't be accurate.
I wasn't trying
Mary
to correct
Lincoln
you. I
Todd.
truly was. I
Mary
barely have
Todd
education.
Tig, what's
She's
your
like, I'll marry you, but I'm keeping my.
I'm keeping my last name.
I'm really progressive in the mid 1800s here.
who's your
God.
orgy roster, Tig?
I had to think about it too.
I know, but
Yeah.
you're not really a celeb person, so this is tough for you. Like you're not.
Oh, so this is all celebs.
Well, I've gone with celebs.
I mean, what are we gonna do? Be like, and my Janice?
Yeah, my friend
Janice in
Brad.
accounting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Jen Aniston and then old Janice
And
over
then,
there.
yeah, I definitely got to get Christopher
Janice I
from.
sit next to on the bus.
And then the barista in our neighborhood.
For me, it's weird because, yes, I think people are attractive. I think Carrie Russell is attractive. Word is out. But do I think she's sexy? I don't know. It's like I have to meet people to find out if they're sexy.
Oh, man, that's
I
so
don't,
true.
Yeah, I don't find people sexy just because they're beautiful.
Yes, agreed. I've probably said this, but when I went to I was a +1 at some fancy gala thing, and it was like all the objectively most beautiful people in the world, but everyone was just, I don't know, no one had any vibes or good banter.
Bad
Like
vibes.
Everyone was so
and
on
I'm
edge.
not saying Carrie Russell doesn't have vibes.
She seems delightful. She rides her bike to work.
Okay, I'm all in.
Yeah,
I was a long distance cyclist.
But you mean you can't just say based on looks, because you might be really turned off. You start talking to them and they're
it could
just
be a real
like
turd.
Yeah. So I guess let's see, for my orgy so far, it's me and Carrie Russell.
I have met all three of mine, and they seem pretty great.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have an orgy, if we could just have dinner.
Yeah.
Or a charcuterie
Can I get your
board.
number? Maybe we could have some fun texting or something. I don't know.
Even if we just had a hot chocolate together.
Could you acknowledge me if you saw me?
Yep. I'll take that.
Yeah, I don't know who I think is. I mean, yeah, Pitbull, Carrie Russell.
This is the wildest.
Mr. Worldwide is invited?
Why not? I'm sure Carrie's into Pitbull.
I don't want a wiener in mine.
Well,
None.
I mean, I'm just, just to have him there because I have to fill space, because I have to act like I find other people attractive outside of Carrie Russell. So I'm like, sure,
Right.
let's bring in
throw
Pitbull
in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Dale.
And he's like, why is Tig in here?
What if he tries to take over or mansplain?
You won't let him. Tig won't let him. You just got to lay down the law.
Because I'm going to have a mustache on. He's not going to know what's up.
He'd be really relieved, I think, to have someone take control. I think deep down he probably just doesn't want to have to be Pitbull all the time.
I think Jack should come to my orgy too.
Who?
She would like this.
Okay, I have an addition to the orgy.
Okay.
I used to have a full-blown crush on Drew Barrymore.
Okay.
And she just feels like somebody you just got to throw in the orgy.
Yeah,
because she's so fun.
Yeah,
and she talks really close.
Yeah, she's intense. She's
Looks in her
fun.
eyes.
Yeah, and so it's like, sure. All right, it's me, Pitbull, Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore would be the one that's like, okay, you guys, this is what needs to happen. Like Drew would be kind of like planning things.
I feel like she'd be also good at like aftercare. Like after the orgy, she'd be checking in. How's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how's my orgy looking?
It's looking pretty hot.
Still throwing me off.
Pitbull's throwing you off? I'm into it.
Mm-hmm. I know you're into it.
Why does Pitbull throw you off? He's obviously the hottest guy.
Not what I expected from you.
He's obviously the hottest guy. That's my favorite. January is all about fresh starts. It's a great time to swap out the skincare products weighing your skin down in favor of a regimen scientifically proven to transform your skin at the cellular level. Something today's sponsor, OneSkin, knows all about.
Ready to detox your routine, improve your skin health, and look your best? Head over to oneskin.co and use code HANDSOME at checkout for an exclusive 15% off your first purchase. I've been using OneSkin and my skin looks better and it also feels better. So many products irritate my skin or dry it out after continued use, but OneSkin just works, and that's why I love it.
Founded and led by an all-woman team of skin longevity scientists, OneSkin is redefining the aging process with their proprietary OS01 peptide, the first ingredient proven to help skin look, feel, and behave like its younger self. Get 15% off with code HANDSOME at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code HANDSOME. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Invest in the health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you.
This is your year to feel your best. What's more handsome than that? That's why we're excited to talk to you about our new sponsor, Timeline. Timeline is the maker of MitoPure, a precise dose of the rare postbiotic urolithin A. It works by promoting an essential cellular cleanup process that clears out dysfunctional mitochondria, aka your cell's battery packs.
MitoPure is the only urolithin A supplement on the market clinically proven to target the effects of age-related cellular decline. So with regular use, you'll see and feel the difference in the form of improved energy levels, better workouts, faster recovery, more endurance, and more, all of which will help you achieve your New Year's goals.
Awaken the strength, power, and resilience already in you with the first and only supplement clinically proven to rejuvenate health at the cellular level. Timeline is offering 33% off your order of MitoPure while supplies last. Go to timeline.com/handsome33. That's timeline.com/handsome33. This offer ends on January 31st.
I will say I have met him back in the day when I did
Whoa.
Chelsea lately, and he does smell really, really good.
He looks like he would.
Like
He looks
expensive
like he would.
cologne. He smelled amazing. So
What, you think
will
he's
have
going to
that.
put on cheap cologne?
I did not know. I know for a fact he's not going to put on cheap cologne.
Do you guys like when people wear perfume and cologne, or do you find it like overwhelming? I love it, but
I like it.
I'm not into perfume.
I'm not
Really?
into perfume. I like a nice cologne on a
Yes,
man.
same. I like a man with cologne. I'm not terribly crazy about perfume.
okay, you both hate women.
Because some
but-
of them some perfumes have that like old lady musty
yeah, that's bad.
closet
What are you saying
smell.
about old ladies?
I love old ladies. You've heard me talk about Betty White.
Why isn't she in your
She's
bed?
She
You
would
could
have
throw a corpse in
She would
there.
have totes been there with her vodka and her hot dogs.
That's all you need for an
She had a hot
orgy
dog
is
every
vodka
day.
and hot dogs.
She had a hot dog every day and drank a vodka.
Do you really believe those? Like, that's really like
Yes.
every day she had a hot dog.
She probably had
and a
one at least
vodka.
once, at least every week.
Every time somebody asks an old person how did you live this long, it's like, I had whiskey and I
Yeah.
smoked a cigar before bed and I never took a walk.
Yeah,
And it's like, okay.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
Meanwhile, I'm over here eating everything green and then I fall off my stairs into my trailer.
Your slipper.
Did we already do all of our
Our
orgy
orgies?
talk?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is definitely
We're all
not how I
set.
thought we'd be starting our year, but I love it.
Okay.
Me too.
Surprise.
I'm so excited about our questioner today. She is one of my favorite actresses. Today's question asker is an actress best known for playing Shay on Transparent, Tracy in the hit movie Hustlers, and the titular role in Monica, which is, if you haven't seen Monica, it's so beautiful. It's such an amazing performance. And she was nominated for an Independent Spirit Award for that. She's also very funny and a talented musician, an advocate, an activist for the trans community. Trace Lysette is asking today's question.
Nice.
Hey, handsomes. What's a pet peeve for you on a date?
Got right down to it with that question, huh?
I know, no messing around, just right.
No.
to it. I like
Trace doesn't play. I love Trace. I love always running into each other at parties, and we always laugh.
Thanks for the act out.
Wait, do it again.
You're welcome. This is how Trace and I laugh together.
I don't like when people order soup as a starter. Like, it feels weird to be putting all this liquid in your stomach and then you just are dropping a solid into the liquid and splooshing it around. I don't know.
Wow.
I feel like it used to be bigger.
Wow, May.
Like in the 90s, everyone was ordering a carrot soup to start. And then now, thank God, it's fallen out of fashion.
What if it's cold outside?
Baby,
then
it's cold
a soup with some toast, sure, but don't have a starter that's just, there's something about it that freaks me out. And then I don't like when people don't ask you any questions about yourself.
Oh,
It's the worst.
Mm-hmm. Like, what would you want people to ask you?
Oh, God. About aliens, about childhood trauma, whatever, anything. But it is amazing.
You want to get to the childhood trauma right away?
Well, the childhood trauma is why there are aliens.
What do you mean? Oh my God, what you just said actually cut to the core of my whole psychology. Wait, Tig, what you just said.
If you have childhood trauma,
then you're asking about aliens.
Yeah, then you probably
like, that's why I fixate on weird existential.
Yes.
Oh my God, Tig, you're so you just effortlessly. Years of therapy. I don't need any more. You're so right. It's escapism. Oh my God.
Escape rooms. You're always trying to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I want.
Childhood trauma on the first date seems like a lot to me.
I mean, let's say trauma with a small S. Like, I like a guy told me that.
With a small S or a small T?
Oh, wait, yeah, where'd I get the S?
For small.
I
Trauma
said
with
marry
a small
Lincoln
S, Todd. Oh my God. Okay, small T trauma. Like,
we were on one today.
A guy told me that when he was 5, he traveled from Ireland to United States and he was living there with his family for a year and he'd never seen snow before and he was so excited and he kind of thought he had a rapport with his bus driver and it was the first time he was getting on a yellow school bus like that, he'd just moved to the States and so he found this big icicle and he thought, I'm gonna give this to the bus driver. He's my buddy. He's 5 years old and he's so excited. He's got this big icicle and he gets on the bus and he's like, I got this for you. And the bus driver just takes it and throws it into the garbage beside him and starts the bus. And it's like, that was a defining moment for him where his innocence died and he was excited about something. And then an adult kind of crushed his spirit. And to me, that story is a big aphrodisiac. Like on a date. Yeah, I want to know those types of stories on a date. Especially if you can tell it funny.
Yeah. I'm really just thinking about what you're saying because it's been a while since I've had a first I'm thinking like more first dates, or early dates.
Yeah.
And that's been a really long time.
I like to know those little specific moments from people's lives that are really specific.
I like to learn that stuff too as we go, but I think if someone were to share all of that like first or second date, it would be a red flag for me.
Right.
If they went immediately into trauma.
Yeah, I would be like, this is going to be like a trauma bonding situation.
Right.
Where we're going to be feeding off each other's like neuroses and stuff, where we're not like, it's not the healthiest match.
Well, the main thing I want to do is escape rooms and stuff. But yeah, if first date, if someone gets the drink and sits down at the table and is like, well, when I was 5, I found this icicle, you'd be like, yeah.
But I will tell you in my early 30s, that was way more appealing to me, those kind of things. You know what I mean?
What, trauma bonding?
I just don't like small talk that much. I just want to get past, like,
You
do you
just
have
want to
any
get
siblings?
to the real stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to like immediately be able to start connecting with somebody. And yeah, it's funny. A comedian friend's wife, I would say maybe right off would not be who somebody would pair me with in a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always so kind of fascinated by how drawn to her I was.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'd see her at parties and run into her, and Stephanie was like, I know why, because she doesn't do any small talk. Like as soon as you see her, she dives right in
Yeah, I
and she
like
gets
that.
into conversation.
Yeah. Love that.
And I was like, oh, you're right. Because I was like, what is it about this woman that is like when I see her at a party, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to talk to her. You know? And
I love that.
Yeah, small talk is really tough for me.
Yeah.
Same.
Y'all want to dig into it right away.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you enjoy small talk, Fortune?
I like digging in too. I just like building up to it.
Okay.
But
like how?
But I do like it when you get past the small talk and you've reached a point where you can be real with the person for sure. Maybe it depends on the person. There are some people, I guess, you could have like some kind of deep thing with right off the bat and be like, whoa, that was cool. But then there are other times where it's a red flag. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you
for
can
sure,
kind of get
for
a
sure.
vibe.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't know the person at all and it is like a first date with somebody that you really don't know, then it is nice to be like, oh, okay. And so how's the job going? And how's the family? And what did you do this weekend? Sure.
Yeah.
But after you've, I don't know, met somebody, hung out, gone out 2 or 3 times, I don't know. I feel like
start digging in.
I would want to.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get that.
Do you have other pet peeves on dates, even on a friendship date? Like people being rude to waiters is a big one.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, just seeing it if they're just like a mean-spirited person, that would not be
mean-spirited isn't a turn on.
No.
I had one thing happen. Early on of the dating apps or whatever, I didn't do many of those, but I was having a hard time meeting people, so I joined one of those dating sites and I matched with somebody and we had like a couple of exchanges back and forth. I was like, oh, she seems cool, I think, you know? But especially online, you kind of like want to let that unfold for a minute.
Yeah.
And the day we chat, like on the same day that we just started chatting, she invites me to come hang out with her and her family.
No.
And sends me a picture of all of them in a hot tub.
No.
And says, do you want to come hang out with my family and I?
In a hot tub? Oh,
and I was like,
my God.
I think I deleted the app right away.
Oh my God. That's insane.
You didn't go over in that wig, the blonde wig you wear?
Brenda.
Brenda.
Brenda would have gone. I swear to God, Tim. But it scared me so bad. I legit erased the app.
Yeah, red flag.
That was a lot for me. So things like that, I guess, is what I'm saying is jarring.
I went out for coffee with this girl before I had met Stephanie. and it was like an afternoon coffee, and afterwards she texted me immediately after, basically loved having coffee with you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, great. And then I had told her I had a show that night. And she texted me,
no.
Good. You hope you have a good show.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, thanks. This is somebody like I did not know, just only had a coffee with.
And had you responded to these takes? The
Yeah,
text?
I was
Okay,
just
yeah,
like,
you're
oh,
yeah, you
thanks.
too.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah. And then that night at 11 o'clock,
Oh no.
I get a text saying sweet dreams.
Oh,
And I was
like,
which
Oh,
all
no.
of those three things are very nice to
Yes.
do, but to somebody
soon.
you know,
Mhm.
not
Yes.
after a first coffee.
Yeah.
I don't
Oof.
think. I mean, maybe
No.
people are listening going, you're a terrible person. But like,
No.
even if it was, I feel like that's the second time you hang out with somebody because you've clearly decided, oh, I'm going to go ahead and see them again,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And,
oh, man.
but I was like, huh? And then that's what actually fed into what was funny when Stephanie and I ran into each other and the movie we had done was going to Sundance and we exchanged numbers and I wasn't thinking she was into me. I just said, just so you know, I'm not like great on text, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, me neither." And then I told her that story. I said, "Oh, I think it was like yesterday or the day before I had gone out with that
Yeah.
girl." And I said, "And this and that happened." So I'm like, you know. And again, I wasn't telling her because I thought she was
Yeah.
into me. I was
Right.
just like, just heads up. And then that night at 11 o'clock, I got a text from Stephanie that said "Sweet dreams."
That's so funny.
That is funny.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, that is a home run.
Yeah.
That
It's so
is a
funny
real-
how that works with different people, you know?
Yeah. Well, because
Yes.
there's
Yeah.
a sense of humor there. This
Yeah.
person was
That's what's
so
crucial.
earnestly like, I
Mhm.
loved having coffee, or that was nice, or whatever
Yeah.
she said. That was, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and at first I was like, oh yeah, that was nice, thanks. And then I'm about to go and say, have a, but it sounds like I don't like to be told that.
No,
No, I
but it's
totally
the three
understand
things
what you meant,
combined,
yeah.
the three texts combined.
From a stranger that I never wanted to see again. That was the other thing I should add in. Like
Like you didn't
talk
have
about
chemistry.
Jen Aniston. She looked like Jen Aniston. And like she
What?
was obviously a knockoff version of Jen, but I called this girl Textifer Aniston.
Textifer Aniston. That's
Textifer
great.
Aniston. But yeah, when it's the right person that you enjoy back and forth with,
Mhm.
You need a sense of humor. I recently on a dating app, someone said, "Tell me about yourself," and so I was like, "Well, I'm a massive Trump supporter," and blah, blah, blah. I was obviously joking. Like they,
yeah.
and they were like, "Wow, I just need to check that you're joking about that." I don't know. They'd already said that they'd like watched my special and stuff, so I was like, "Oh,
Right.
come on,
Yeah.
give a little sass,"
Yeah.
That it's very awkward when the sense of humor is off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, were
Or
you
they don't
interested in this
align.
girl?
I
Like,
don't
were
know.
you thinking, oh, she's attractive?
Yeah. Well, I was open to it, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But then I was like, nah, it's too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know what my pet peeve is. Is that a pet peeve? Maybe what I said.
Yeah. What you said
it was
counts.
a specific thing, that
Yeah.
happened. But yeah, I mean, too much too soon.
Mhm.
When you don't really know the vibe yet is a
Mhm.
turn off for sure.
Mhm.
I'm still thinking about when Tig said that it's the aliens are because of the childhood trauma.
Aliens
Your
show
mind
up
was
after
pretty
trauma.
blown.
Did you see that my facial reaction to that? It was like, I really like it. I'm gonna go think about it and journal about it.
Yeah.
I thought I was just quirky.
No, you're not quirky at all, child.
I told child.
Should we hear
what Trace has to say?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's do it.
I've got at least 10, but here's 2. One, and this is for friends too. I just don't like when people chew their food and try to talk at the same time. I'm like bobbing and weaving because I'm catching collateral damage. Specifically to a date though, well, maybe this is after the date. If you're watching a movie Oh, I guess you could be in the movie theater. If you're watching a movie and there's a beautiful, hot actress on the screen, it's a given that she's hot. I don't really need you to articulate how hot she is to me because that's a buzzkill. Like if I'm curled up in your armpit, I don't need you to go on about how beautiful Anne Hathaway is or Sanaa Lathan. Like that happened with both of those, actually. I know they're hot. Of course they're fucking hot. I want to feel my fantasy. I'm feeling my zhuzh right now. I'm in your armpit feeling like the doll. Let me feel like the doll, please. I know they're hot. They're beautiful, stunning, gorgeous.
See, Trace makes me laugh.
And so is that a buzzkill for you if somebody says that they think somebody else is hot?
That kind of thing did happen to me back in the day a couple times.
Really?
Where I thought I was asking someone on a date and then they showed up with a date.
That's another level of fortune.
Yes. I got this group together to go watch an outdoor movie in Pasadena. This was like way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this girl was kind of cute, and we were just kind of starting to get to know each other through like I think it was like one of those sports leagues I met her. And
Classic.
and I was like, oh, a group date would be easy, because we don't really know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I invited her thinking I was inviting her on a date. And I guess she decided that did sound like a great date night. So she invited a date.
Oh my God.
So I provided her with this amazing first date situation.
Oh my God.
And so do you think she didn't know?
Clearly.
She must have not known. She must have not known.
Clearly. I was like, well, glad you. And I would check in like, are you guys having fun?
And how well did you know her? And how?
Not super well.
Uh-huh. And did it totally ruin your whole night, or were you like, this is hilarious?
I think I was like, this is hilarious because it was so absurd that like how can you just sit there and stew? Because I was like, of course. Of course.
Yeah. It's also interesting when somebody that you're into shares who they're into, and then it's confusing.
Oh,
I've had that happen as well.
Gender-wise for me, like dating often straight women, and they're like, my type is kind of like Denzel Washington or like Gerard Butler, and I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah.
But on a date, like you knew it was a date.
Yeah, or like Trace was saying, if you're like watching a movie with someone you're dating, and they're like, yeah. But I'm into it. I see it as a fun challenge. What I don't like is feeling like I can't say I think someone else is hot. Like I think you got to let that pressure gas get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephanie made a really interesting point where I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Because I was sitting around with a group of friends and everybody was talking about who their celebrity crush was.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it was kind of a mixed room of, oh, we don't go into that in our relationship. Or other people are like, oh yeah, we openly talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I told Stephanie when I got home, she said, oh, well, this was mainly all women sitting around. She said, she said, if there was a straight man in the group being like, yeah, I think Pamela Anderson's hot. Stephanie was like, it takes it to a serious, like, oh,
really?
Like, that's what she said. And I thought, oh, I can see that. I don't know. For some reason, she was like, if it's a bunch of lesbians sitting around going, Sandy Bullock and, whoever.
It feels not as serious.
It feels safer somehow. Like
yeah.
less like.
And then if like a guy was sitting there and he's like, yeah, I really like Pam Anderson.
I'd be into it. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like it suddenly seems like
it's not like a fun off in the distance thing. It's like, oh, that's who you're thinking about a lot in your downtime, which I just thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
But I have had moments where when somebody tells me who they're into or who they were just dating or who they just hooked up with or something where I'm like,
You're like, really? What's the thread here? The
Yeah.
common denominator?
I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm going to step back. I don't know where I fit into this equation.
When someone's like, I have a crush on Robin Hood from the Disney movie, The Fox, and you're like, okay, how do I live up to that?
I just appreciated when we both knew we were on a date together.
That's all Fortune's looking for.
That was
The
my
low bar.
baseline.
Yeah.
We're on a date, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's funny.
Well, this has been an absolute
Good
treat.
times.
Absolutely,
Yes.
it has.
I feel like I learned a lot of new things about you guys today.
Ditto.
Mhm.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Man.
We're slowly unlocking the mysteries of each other's soul.
Yeah, we are. I can't wait for
Mhm.
these stories that are going to happen later on in the year when you drive to some orgy.
Oh, right. Well, you'll be there, so I won't need to tell you.
Do you think you
Can't
would maybe get a van or a station wagon and pick everyone up for the orgy?
Sure, and you could
That
do
could
this.
be a fun.
You could do your horn sound effect as I pull up outside.
But
Yeah.
guys, also, that could be something where a lot of money could be made. Is like Uber orgy.
Uber orgy or an orgy
Yeah.
bus. The orgy
Orgy.
bus.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Anyway, well, that's our
Anyway.
episode.
It was a particularly sort of horny and emotional episode.
Yeah, it was. God, we
Mhm.
really go deep.
So emotional. It was such an emotional episode. Oh my gosh. Listen, handsomes and pretty little ladies and pretty little ladies and handsome ladies and anybody with ears that can hear us or even not. Nashville and Austin. We are coming at you in April.
Mhm.
Go to handsomepod.com for merch and tickets. Get your tickets. We will be having a grand old time. I know that for sure. The live shows are so fun. And
Yeah.
I can't wait.
yeah. I
Oh, it's
really
gonna be
can't
so
wait.
cool. The
It's-
freaking Ryman.
Uh-huh.
It's
Man,
like
the freaking
legendary.
Ryman?
And Bass Concert Hall. I mean,
Amazing theaters.
yeah.
I'm going to be at Largo January 13th. And other than that, just keep stream stuff, keep streaming Crushing It, Fortune Special.
I
yeah.
would appreciate that. Thank you.
For sure. Keep
Yeah,
crushing it.
It's on Netflix. My latest stand-up special. Check that out. I'm going to be at the Ice House in Pasadena January 24th and 25th doing new material. The Ontario Improv in California. February 7th and 8th in Oxnard, California. Just working out new stuff for my next tour, which starts in April. And all of that new tour is on sale at my website, fortunefeimster.com.
Oxnard is such a beautiful name.
Yeah.
And I'm dipping in and out of shows in LA and Toronto working on new stuff. And every time I do a show, it doesn't mean I'm doing new stuff every new time I'm on stage.
That's difficult.
Yes. I've had people tell me that they've come to see me in Toronto a handful of times. And I'm like, please don't do that to yourselves because when a comedian's working on new material, it doesn't mean you get a whole new hour every night.
No.
So,
Yeah.
Just to clarify, but I do appreciate people coming out and repeat folk.
Watch how it develops.
And watch how it doesn't develop.
Yeah.
Watch how it slowly unrolls.
Yes. And make sure to subscribe and follow the podcast. Send your favorite episode to a friend, a family member, an enemy. Rate, review
Definitely
us,
an
and until next time. I mean, shucks.
Keep
it
handsome.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like you know how to check and make sure you take out the trash before heading out of town for a week. Nobody wants to come home to that smell.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. This content is intended for audiences in the U.S. only. Savings vary, terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.